ETF fans. Mike here with today's video insight. Today, I'm going to dive into our sponsored model marketplaces. We're working with a number of different ETF issuers to make their model portfolios that are utilizing their ETFs or a combination of their ETFs and other ETFs available as illustrative examples to how you can build a diversified portfolio or create specific models to meet certain objectives. Utilizing a diversified portfolio of ETFs, our sponsored model marketplace is a great way to kind of showcase the different tools on our site, as well as showcase the power of utilizing different ETFs to achieve specific investment objectives. For today's demo, or for today's video insight, I will be using the ETFA illustrative models marketplace, but I want to point out our friends at BondBlocks have a sponsored marketplace out here, some very cool models to show how to utilize their fixed income investment or fixed income ETFs that are to dial in specific exposure around duration, around credit. Our friends at RiverShares, asset allocators, one of the first groups, Riverfront Investment Group, to launch ETF model portfolios, illustrate some asset allocation models that they build utilizing the RiverShares sub-advised ETFs, as well as other ETFs to create diversified multi-asset model portfolios. And we're working with a number of other issuers to put their models up on our platform over the next several months. So stay tuned for that information. But for compliance reasons, and because we will be doing some more specific content with our partner sponsor firms going forward, today I'm just going to stick to the ETF Action illustrative models. Now, the first thing you note when you navigate to the sponsored marketplace is the first time you enter the marketplace, you will have to be a financial be a financial professional. Your account it just takes a free account to get into these marketplaces. But you need to be approved as a financial professional. That is done when at the time you create your account, or if you didn't click that you're a financial professional when you created your account, you can go to your My Account, go into your profile, and there will be an opportunity there. I'm not going to click on my profile just because I don't want to show all of my information, but it'll be an opportunity there to request financial professional access to the sponsored model marketplaces. Super easy process. You can either enter your CRD number if you have one, or simply request the information, and we will reach out via email to confirm your status. Doesn't take much time at all, happens very fast. So if you haven't already done that, please do that. Assuming you are a financial professional, all you have to do to enter any of the marketplaces is agree to the terms of service of that provider. So ETF Action is just basically stating, hey, you're a financial professional. These are for illustrative purposes only, this, that, and the other. Once you agree, you're going to be taken into that model marketplace. So the ETFA illustrative model marketplace are all ETF-only models, and we put together a number of different risk series of models that range from 0 allocation to equities all the way up to 100. So you can see if you look at the naming of the model, you can see that naming convention, right? So ETF Action, Active 0 has 0 allocation to equity. Active 100 is 100% allocation. And then each one of these, if you open it up, it'll talk about it. So for example, if I open up the Active 50/50 here, it's going to talk about how we illustrate this model. In this case, we built a diversified model portfolio utilizing actively managed ETFs from dimensional funds. And you'll be able to see this model relative to a pure beta core, where it's just using broad-based composite benchmarks to look at that different information. Once you're in the model, you'll see the overview section talks about that model, any back testing within the case of our models or our sponsors' models. And it'll also provide a snapshot of yesterday's returns in a heat map based on the weight of each holding. Today's December 10th, so this is showing returns as of the close on December 9th. As you scroll down here, you'll get a breakdown of every ETF in the model, a breakdown of its allocation to equity, fixed income, cash, the weight of the security in the model. Moving through all of our models, whether it's a private marketplace, your personal My Marketplace or one of our sponsored marketplaces, we are calculating returns every day and rolling forward those allocations based on those returns. So you can update a return every single day, relative gross and net, I would point out. In the case of these illustrative models here, we use a net fee of 3%, so that's why it trails so high. Just do that from a compliance perspective. But you'll be able to go through, if I wanted to remove that, you can just simply click it and I wouldn't see that net in there anymore. You'll be able to get that updated return every single day. You'll be able to get the risk statistics. Note the risk statistics are generating based off of the assigned benchmark. If I wanted to see this versus, hey, how does it do against the iShares Core Moderate Allocation ETF? I could type that in, pull in that information, and get updated risk based on what I put in there. I'll risk reset that. Note that you can also change the time period of your risk to be 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, always updated as month end. So you can see I'm looking at risk as of 11/29 on a 3 year, giving you that time period. Classification is going to show you the holding inside of the portfolio, how we classify that holding. It's a little different than composition look through, which I'll get to in a second. This is purely how the security is classified versus looking through the underlying holdings, which makes it really nice from a standpoint of looking at things like commodity ETFs that would show up as other, or buffer ETFs, or synthetic income. You'll be able to pull in all that different information. You can break it down in 3 levels: asset class, composite, as well as category. Give you a view of that model. We'll also show you how that model has changed over time. These are strategic allocation models, so they're up rebalancing quarterly, so they should look pretty flat. But obviously, with more tactical models, you can see some big changes over time. Composition, look and feel very similar, except now we are no longer looking at how we classify it. We're actually looking at what every one of these funds hold, right? So obviously, it's an ETF model, got a 2% cash allocation, and I can look through and say, okay, I'm getting 25% of my 33% US equity allocation is coming from DFUS. So on and so forth, all the way through. I can change this just like with the ETF frames from overview, equity, into fixed income, get a really good view of that model and see what security is allocating to which model. Fundamental data broken down for equity as well as fixed income, duration, OAS, you name it. Equity look through is going to show us what securities are held in the model, stock relative to the benchmark weight, as well as what actual ETF or holding is providing that allocation. So I can see DFUS adding 1.65% weight. Note, DFUS has a much larger holding, but on a scaled basis to the entire model, it's 1.65%. Then your resources tab. This is going to be unique to every sponsored marketplace, but in ETF Actions case, we provide some tools for generating risk profile. You can compare and contrast model risk to different models. You can do a proposal report, download all the holdings, fact sheets updated monthly, periodic table of returns, allocation over time, and a product brochure for the entire suite of the model. So just a lot of good information. You can go through and see all kinds of different models in here. So I just kind of looked through that active series. The alpha series uses smart beta strategies together to try to outperform a beta benchmark. The beta series is purely looking at low cost models. So if I opened up beta 60, see, it's got acquired fund fees of 5 basis points, meaning the underlying expense ratio of all those securities. You can get a look for what that model looks like. It'll be spot on with the benchmark in this case because it is designed very similar to the benchmark because it's a beta series. Our covered call series provides strategic allocations, but instead of using long only beta or smart beta strategies, we're using a number of covered call ETFs to provide a different look and feel. So if I come in there, I'm going to see a much higher, hey, what's my trailing 12-month yield? This particular model is kicking off 11.5% on a trailing 12-month basis. Continue going down here. We have our dividend models. So, strategic asset allocation, but utilizing higher yielding ETF strategies within the portfolio. ESG model, similar strategic allocations, but instead of using broad beta strategies, we're using ETFs. We've even thrown a couple of laddered ETFs in there, buffer, using different buffer ETFs. So in this case, we can see we used the Innovator US equity buffer ETFs with the 9%. It's an equal weight strategy, rebalancing monthly back to each one of those reset months. So you can get a sense of how that would perform relative to a benchmark over different time periods in the model portfolio. Again, just this particular marketplace is purely illustrative. Show you how you can use our model building tools to build your own models, or if you're an enterprise client and you already have models and you're looking for a tool to showcase your models for your advisors to be able to experience your models real time, we build a number of private marketplaces for our clients, available right on the ETF Action platform, but gated to your users. And now we're rolling out these sponsored marketplaces. And we really want to say thank you to our initial sponsored model marketplaces, Bond Blocks, really redefining what it looks like to build fixed income ETFs and provide precision tools to allocate across those fixed income markets. RiverShare is a leader in model portfolios already, one of the first firms to start using ETFs in model construction. But this particular series of ETFs is utilizing some of their sub-advised ETFs with other ETFs to create various risk allocation, actively managed models that their team is managing there, and making those allocations completely free to users of the platform, as well as if you go to their website and checking out their different strategies. So a lot you can do with models on our portfolio, model portfolios on our platform, whether it's building your own in your My Own marketplace. Once a model's built, we'll price it for you every day, update those allocations. When you want to make changes, you simply upload a rebalance file, very easy. If you already have models and you want to really showcase and build custom collateral around those models, we can build you a private marketplace. And then if you're looking to showcase how your ETFs, if you're a sponsor and you're looking to showcase and illustrate how folks might use your ETFs in the context of a diversified model portfolio, we're launching our sponsored model marketplaces. So would love for you to go out, create an account if you don't already have one. Check out the sponsored model marketplaces. As always, if you have questions, reach out to team at ETF Action, and we'll gladly set up a demo or answer any of those questions. Really appreciate you watching today's video insight, and look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a wonderful day.